Hello everybody, I'm back with another video. It's your girl Inspired by Z. How y'all doing today? I'm not eating today, y'all. I just wanted to come on here real quick. It's been a crazy week for me. And then I'm trying to prepare for my birthday coming up this month. And also trying to prepare for my best friend birthday and trying to get stuff together for her birthday. It's just been crazy. And her birthday is actually tomorrow. So big shout out to my BFF. But anyway, I wanted to jump on here. Oh, before we get started, if you like any kind of content about inspiration, give you different tips on things that I have tried that worked for me, I need you to hit that like button. I need you to comment, subscribe. That's all I need you to do, y'all. That's all. But if you like content like that, like I said, just hit that like, comment, and subscribe. I can't even talk, y'all. Subscribe to my channel, y'all. But today, I just want to come on here real quick and discuss this topic of accountability. Because it seems like sometimes as adults, I'm saying we as adults, in general, people, period, just in general. Some people, not all, don't want to take accountability for their actions. And especially when it comes to family members. Especially if a certain family member have hurt you, and then when you bring stuff to their attention, they're like, they didn't do anything. And so that's why I said, let me do a quick video regarding it, because it can, it can hit in so many different levels with friends, families, associates, co-workers. Accountability is a big deal. And when I looked up the definition of accountability, I don't really like using a word to define a word, which it basically is. It's just saying being accountable for your actions, basically. And a lot of people don't want to do that. Especially it comes to if somebody have done something to you, and somebody then you bring it to their attention that you have done something. A lot of people try to, water it down. Like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. Even if it has hurt you in a sense that, it really bothering you. And a lot of people do not want to take accountability for their actions regardless of what it is. And you have to be responsible enough and mature enough to actually, figure things out, how you're going to. Okay, let's rewind. When I say take accountability, say you're at a family reunion and you seeing some old cousins or aunts or somebody that you haven't seen in years, but they did something to you. You're older now. They did something to you when you was younger, but you're older now. Say you're in your 20s now, and when you was little, they did something to you. I mean, just anything. So now that you bring it to their attention and you tell them, hey, I felt this kind of certain way when I was little, around 10, you did such and such, such and such to me. And now I'm 24, I don't appreciate that. And they turn around and say, oh, you are too little to remember anything, whatever, we grown now. You grown. They kind of play it off like whatever. Like I said, they water down your concerns because they thinking because you was just 10 at the time, or you was too young at the time to even know better. But at that age, you know the difference in right and wrong. And they don't want to take accountability for what they did to you. And deep down, and that's where a lot of our issues come from. This hurt that's deep down inside of us. that when we try to release it, and that we try to, when I say we, I mean as people in general, we try to release that pain of somebody hurting us, and it seems like it doesn't get anywhere. And that's when depression may hit. That's when, other things, it can lead to other things. And that's why I wanted to speak about it. And that's why I'm coming on here now, that just because you didn't think you did anything wrong to somebody, but it hurt them, don't water down their, when they trying to come to you and talk to you about it. Don't water it down. Because in your eyes, you're like, well, I didn't know, I wasn't trying to hurt you. I was just, you wasn't meaning to do it. You didn't, some people do things intentionally, but a lot of times people don't know that they hurt you because they could be, making a joke about something. And then, but in return, it hurts you. With them joking about anything towards you. You taking it seriously. You taking it personal. And it hurts you for years. And people do not realize that words do hurt. So when, like I said, when that person comes to them about, hey, you made fun of me about this, and that, and I didn't think it was funny. And then they turn around, oh, it was just a joke. But you trying to tell them, you bringing it to their attention, like, no, I'm bringing this to your attention for a reason, because you really did hurt me. You really did, making fun of me, even though you was trying to do it jokingly, it really hurt my feelings. And a lot of times, this can happen in marriages, relationships, anywhere, especially in relationships or your marriages when, that something can be offensive to your spouse, but you still saying it anyway, and it can hurt them, or your significant other, whoever you're with, and it can hurt them. But yet and still, you think, well, it's just a joke, and you don't want to, and they bringing it to your attention, but you don't want to take it no further than that, because you're like, well, if it's just a joke, you shouldn't have been offended. In your eyes, they shouldn't have been offended, but it hurt them. That's why they felt offended, because they're like, oh my goodness, they didn't think, and a lot of times this hurt come because it's coming out of somebody that we trusted, somebody that we loved. That's why. And a lot of people do not want to take accountability for what they have done because they don't see an issue with it. And if somebody don't see anything wrong with what they're doing, they're going to keep doing it. Regardless if you bring it to their attention or not, they have to have that mindset of, let me change my ways because this is not right. They have to find it in themselves. And I'm trying to put a word out there to somebody who might need this. Don't, beat yourself up because of how somebody mishandled you or mistreated you, because they're not taking accountability when you brought it up. Like I said, it's worse when it's in marriages. I have heard a lot of couples, and I have seen a lot of couples who have been around a lot of couples when you can just tell, just been on outings with somebody, a couple, and you can tell the spouse might be joking about something, but the way they're, say the husband might be joking about something, and the wife face a show like, okay, that's not funny. Why you keep it? And then they try to play it off like, they playing it off, but it's not funny to them. And like I said, it's a lot of times it is with our significant other, with our spouses. And then when you bring it to their attention, when you get home, they're looking like, oh, it wasn't nothing, They brush it off, but it's bothering you. I have seen this plenty of times where somebody thinking that they're joking about their spouse, or they're joking about their girlfriend, boyfriend, or whoever it is, but the person they're talking about, their face, you can tell it on their face that they don't think it's funny. And when they get home, or get in the car, they're gonna be angry. They might start an argument, anything. And that's another thing. As adults, we have to talk things out, and you cannot think just because something did not offend you, it did not offend somebody else. That's what taking accountability is, being responsible for your actions. If you hurt somebody, somebody come to you say, hey, you hurt me. That's why I like, but a lot of times people won't do that. A lot of times people won't come to you about anything. They'll just stop talking to you. And then you wondering why they stopped talking to you. Because you done did something to them, especially when they tried to bring it to your attention. You just brushed it off. Take accountability for what you have done to somebody. Even like me, if somebody come to me and say, well, hey, you did such to me, and I really thought that was very offensive, or what you said, I didn't like it. And then your response shouldn't be, what you mean I offended you? You shouldn't have been offended by that. That you should not respond like that. If somebody come to me like that, my response would be, I am so sorry. I apologize. I did not know it offended you, but since I know now, let me apologize. I do deeply down apologize for what I said. I said such and such about you, and I'm sorry. I did not know that offended you, but I really do apologize. It won't happen again. That's how you apologize. When somebody brings something to your attention, and then you apologize for it, this person shouldn't have to keep coming back to you about the same thing if you apologize the first time. That's not a true apology. A true apology, they brought it to your attention. They saw what was going on. You apologize. You corrected your behavior. It didn't happen again. That's what an apology should look like. But a lot of times, somebody say they're sorry, but they keep on doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. This happened a lot, especially in relationships. Especially in relationships. People tell you 20 million times, oh, I'm sorry about doing it, and keep doing the same thing. That's not an apology. I have to tell my son daily and keep reminding him. When you say I'm sorry to somebody, anybody, stop doing what you're doing to hurt them. If you keep doing the same thing and keep hurting that person, are you really sorry? I mean, that's how you have to look at it. And so, like I said, that's where accountability come in at. Where you taking responsibility for your actions. You're taking and you seeing that it's affecting this person, and you're like, oh my goodness, I shouldn't have did this to them. Especially if I see that it's making them feel like X, Y, Z. I need to stop. And that's where a lot of people, like I said, don't want to take the time to even, especially when somebody's trying to bring something to your attention, you don't want to take the time to even listen. When I say we, not everybody, I'm just saying some people, not everybody don't do this. So don't think this video is about everybody. This is about some people that still might be doing the same thing. And if somebody brings something to your attention, listen to what they're saying. Don't be so quick to get on the, offense and trying to defend yourself that you're not listening to what they're saying. And that's another thing. Like I was trying to explain that somebody coming to you saying that you hurt me this kind of way, or you did this to me and I did not like it. Then you trying to cut them off and respond back because they said you did this. You could say, no, I didn't do this. I didn't do that to you. And they're telling you, no, it made me feel a certain way. If I feel some type of way about it. Your response to them shouldn't be, no, you did not hurt their feelings. How you going to tell somebody that you didn't hurt their feelings when you did? And a lot of people do wear their feelings on their sleeves. We don't supposed to. But it happens. We're human. I'm coming on here. Like I said, I'm just trying to get this video out to help somebody, to inspire somebody, to encourage somebody. We need to start taking accountability for our actions, especially if somebody bring things up to our attention, saying, "Well, hey, you did this, and this, and this to me. You know, I'm getting tired of you doing the same thing." Especially a lot of times people won't say anything; they will hold stuff in, and that right there. Hold on, y'all. Oh, okay, my camera. And a lot of times people will just hold stuff in, and that's not good until they get tired of you doing the same thing to them over and over and over and over again. That now it's getting to them. Because they try to overlook things, especially women will try to overlook things. I know because I'm a woman. In my past, I overlooked a whole bunch of stuff, especially in relationships. I overlooked it. Like, okay, maybe this person, they know it hurt me, but I never said anything. So how would somebody know that they hurt you by saying something and you never brought it to their attention? But as in just overlooking things. A lot of times, some women, let me say some, not all women, some women do overlook things. I know I was guilty of overlooking a whole bunch of stuff. So that's why I said, let me make this video to help somebody when it comes to being accountable. Especially when it, like I said, it can be in family members. A lot of times it is family members that don't want to take accountability, especially if it's your parents. They did stuff to you when you was coming up that wasn't the best parenting skills. And then you told them how you felt about it when you got to be an adult. And they looking at you like, you know, hey, it is what it is, basically. But you felt some type of way, and your actions as an adult is the reason why you do some of the stuff that you're doing now, because of how you was raised and how you came up. And some of their parenting skills. Parents don't have a guide, so we do have to understand that. But everybody did not come up with the best parents. And it can have an effect on the child when they get older and turn into an adult. A lot of parents won't take the accountability. Some parents might have dropped you off and just kept going, you know, so they can party. And they was never around. Some parents might have been drug addicts, alcoholics, anybody. And you had to be raised by other people. And then as the older you get, you know, you trying to heal, but it's a lot of things that, you know, that traumatize you with that. And so when a lot of parents don't want to listen at that or how you feeling, because it hurts you the older you got, their ways of parenting. So that's why I said accountability can go in so many different directions, like your family, your friends, your marriage, work. Especially if you got a coworker that, let's get on the coworkers, that don't do anything. Lazy. Anytime a project come up where it's more than one person have to do something, and when it's time to put their 15% in for the project, they never, you know, they're lazy. They don't want to do nothing. Nah, can y'all do this for me? You know, I didn't have time. When everybody working on the same project. And then, but the whole group is getting paid for, again, you know, trying to get this bonus for what they're doing at work. But this person, you know, it's 3 of y'all working the project, but only 2 of y'all doing the actual work. But that third person don't want to take accountability that, you know, they're not doing anything. They just want to see the reward at the end. And that's not fair to y'all. They don't want to take accountability for their actions. But they want to reap the reward, though. Like I said, with this accountability, it can go in so many directions. It really can. So we have to ask, when I say we, I mean people in general. We as people in general have to, especially if somebody bringing something to our attention, walk a mile in their shoes. How would you feel if somebody did this to you? If they did you the same way that you did that person, how would you feel? That's how I look at a lot of things. How would I feel if somebody did this to me? You know, I had to mature into thinking, look, I can't even talk, thinking like this. Ooh, uh-oh. I had to mature. The older I got, you know, stuff, like I said, taking accountability and growth, all this doesn't happen overnight. It was at one point where I didn't want to take accountability for some of my actions that I did. Because I'm like, okay. Like I said, I had to learn to be accountable. Because in my mind, I was like, okay, well, how could it affect you that way? You know, the way I said it, you took it wrong. Instead of listening to this person, that's why I say you have to be able to listen to what that person's saying, especially somebody bringing something to your attention if you did something wrong to them. They didn't like how you treated them. They didn't like what you said to them. You know, even if something you thought was a joke and they were saying, hey, I didn't think it was funny when you said such and such. You have to take accountability and say, oh my goodness, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize for saying this, that, and that, or whatever it was. I didn't know it hurt your feelings like that. You have to be accountable. You have to be held accountable for what you did. Or even with starting early with our kids. We have to teach them right from wrong, of course. And if you hurt somebody or do something to somebody, apologize. We do that all the time. But when it comes to being adults, trying to we telling our kids what they should do, but we're not following the same rules. But we teach our children, okay, when you do something wrong, you own up to it. Did you open this pack because it wasn't open earlier? Did you draw on this, whatever it was? Did you draw on the wall? It's wrong. They know we teaching them right from wrong. We trying to teach our kids what they should and shouldn't do. And we're teaching our kids to be, you know, accountable for what they have done. But as we get older and become adults, you know, what happened to those rules we're trying to teach our kids? On accountability. You did it. Own up to it. And make things right. Correct the issue. And like I said, I'm trying to just inspire somebody. That's all. At this point. That everybody don't think that, you know, somebody might be teasing you. They think trying to do it in a joking little way. And this person don't feel right about it, you know. They didn't feel like it was funny. And then they bring it to your attention. Listen to them. Whether it's a family member, whoever, whatever it is, listen to them. Don't try to talk over them. Don't try to respond before you even get through listening to what they're saying in its entirety. Because that's a lot of times we mess up with. We're not listening to their, you know, we hearing them, but we're not listening. Yeah, I'm hearing what you're saying, but we're not listening. We're not listening to a deeper level where we're to understand. We're just listening to respond. And that's not right. So that's why I said, let me talk on this thing called accountability. If we try to teach it in our children, but then when we get adults, we stray off from it. Sometimes. Not all. Not everybody. I'm just saying some. When I say we, I mean people in general. Not saying you. Just people some people in general. I'm not going to hold y'all too long. It's the weekend, y'all, and we got stuff to do. And I hope everybody had a great, what's today, Saturday. I hope everybody had a great Saturday. Like I said, I just want to come on here to inspire somebody. You know, even though, I'm just going to say this, when I brought up accountability, even though somebody do not want to take responsibility for their actions, being accountable for their actions, you know, forgive them, pray for them, and just go on. If they have not apologized to you and you feel some type of way, you go on and keep living your life. Be positive still. Pray for them. Don't hold it against them, because they're going to be who they are. And a lot of times people will not change. And sometimes people won't take accountability for their actions, and they will not apologize. And don't sit and try to wait on an apology that you won't get. It won't happen. A lot of times it won't happen. Like I said, just pray for that person, wish the best for them, and go on about your life. Because your life do not stop because that person do not want to apologize to you. Just take it with a grain of salt. Even though sometimes it might be hard, especially coming from whoever it's coming from, especially if it's a family member. You know, it's hard when it comes from somebody that you thought loved you. But we still have to pray for them, wish them the best, and go on with our lives, regardless of who it is. I'm just trying to put that out there because I know a lot of people, that's what they feel like, okay, this person did this to me, they need to apologize. Then when you don't get it, they want to get upset. So I'm here to tell you, a lot of people will not apologize for what they did to you. You'll be waiting a long time, especially when it's coming from family. You're trying to get it from family. That's because, like I said earlier, if somebody don't know they're doing something wrong, they're going to keep doing it. They don't care if you brought it to their attention or not. If they don't think that they did anything wrong, they was, you know, they're going to have the attitude of, I didn't do anything. You just took it the wrong way. You just took it so hard. Like I said, I had to learn that if somebody, when my early year, like in my early 20s, somebody coming to me, I was like, well, they just took it wrong. Because I was so blunt with my mouth. Whatever came up, came out. But the older I got, when somebody came to me, I didn't say, well, I apologized, but I was like, but you took it wrong. You know, I still technically, in my being the woman in my 40s now, that was not an apology. Because I was looking at them like, you just took it wrong. You know, I still had that in my mind. You just took it wrong. Even though this person might have said, you hurt me from saying this. But now I'm like, okay, if I think before I speak a lot of times, with a lot of things I do, let me just, before I even open my mouth, that's another thing I learned. The older you get, a lot of things I don't respond to because it doesn't require a response. I had to learn that everything doesn't require a response. And that's another thing about growth and being maturing. But anywho, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Comment down there. Tell me something about a run-in, about accountability. Something that you can add to it about accountability. Like I said, open comments are welcome. So, but anyway, this is your girl, Inspired by Z. I hope everybody have a great weekend, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.